Got it. Let's see. Okay, done right here too. All righty, y'all. Namaste, peaceful greetings, Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghaziel Bey here in Morocco and northwest of Maxim. Happy holy degree to you all. Happy holy space/space Venus degree. How are you all? I am really enjoying this. I guess. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to stay buttoned up today and do short sleeve Oxford today. Anyway, I am here with my beloved brother, whom I'm well pleased. Let me cue him in also. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Can I do it right here? Yes, I can. I'll do it right here. Spotlight my bro. All right. Kaylan Moore, Zion Sheep, undermine, right? Very apropos for these times, right? Because, you know, undermining is when someone, you know, goes under something to like take the bottom out of it so things would fall, right? So, you know, when people say they're mining some types of coins or something that aren't actual coins, it's undermining another, you know, I mean, that's just the spirit of, you know, wanting to have some means of currency, you know, I guess, you know, a certain particular portion, you know. So, you know, like, I just had to let that play real quick. So another thing that's being undermined is, you know, when you have a higher mind, but, you know, your lower self comes in and tries to, you know, backdoor your higher mind, like, hey, higher mind, we got something that's better. You know, it's like, okay, you know, so maybe you should have a clean subconscious along with a clean conscience also, right? So that you won't go about undermining, you know, higher self, right? So with that being said, we're going to go right into our introduction, right? Which I enjoy every time. I just really enjoy, you know, our impromptu improv. I enjoy actually all our presentations, you know, our Intuition Mondays, our 7-day tropic medical astro weather report on Iloa Raphael, which is Wednesday, right? And then we have here on Iloa Anael, right, our impromptu improv. And like I said, our Iloa Gabriels, though, you know, has a brother Sean and a brother Benjamin there. It's just like really getting it in, right? So bro was traveling with the fam, right? So I know what we're going to do here is we're going to allow ourselves to really just enjoy it and have a really, really great time with the fizam. Hey, they riding with them, I'm about to ride with you. You see what I'm saying? We ride together. So, so with that being said, guys, let me actually come to the chat here. Give me one moment. So what I'll do is 2 seconds. Come on to the Chisnat, right? And just say my peaceful greetings to you all and happy holy degrees, right? Let's get that going, right? Say that to you all. And how is everyone? How have you been, right? You know, this is actually number 6 here. I think I put 5. I'm going to go and edit that, right? I think I put 5. It's supposed to be 6, right? So let me go and edit that title there for you guys, right? And because this is number 6, this isn't number 5. This is clearly number 6, right? So let's go and edit that title for you all right? When you come in, you can see like, oh yeah, it is 6. That's right. I'm glad you changed it. Blah blah blah. I'm like, yes, I'm glad I did too. All right. Click save there. That way, when you guys come on in, you can see that the title is correct right now. So yes, this is part 6, guys. Part 6. Looky. Astro Cookie. Let me say my peaceful greetings, beloveds. Happy holy degree. All right. Let me put that there in the chat. You guys know we do this thing in real time. Build it while we fly. All before Brother Hasan goes to you know, super duper professional astrologer school on behalf of our Jural Society, right? our body politic, which is Seven Hill Star astrology firm, correct? So that's how that goes, right? So anyhow, with that being said, let's see. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka. All right, happy holy degree. Space, all right? Venus degree. All righty, y'all. Let's get it going. We'll get it shared out to, in real time. We're gonna share it out, and then we're gonna get on started with you all, right? I'll share it with my bros in the group that we have. All right, going to the Grammys. The Grammys. It's a new way of looking at the Grammys, right? The Grammys. So anyhow, I got that shared to my bros. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. All right, let's get this going. I got it shared how I want to get it shared. I would like to now come on back so you guys can all see that I didn't leave you. I'm still here. However, that's a great picture. You guys can just always observe Prophet Overdrively. Practice keeping them at the forefront pertaining to your mind. I mean, it's just really, really awesome. It's not just like, some, reverse church dogmatism way of keeping them at the forefront pertaining to your mind. It's knowing that Prophet etymologically, is a thought pertaining to all balanced law pertaining to the zodiac. And that's why I'm saying etymologically within the spirit, right? Within the breath, within the causal being of it all, without seemingly making things up. Of course, we can clearly all go and look up the term prophet. However, according to your 101 questions for Moorish Americans, a prophet is a thought of a law manifested in flesh. So a thought pertaining to all balanced law pertaining to the zodiac manifested in flesh. All righty, that is one thing. Noble, all-knowing, truth from the truth tree, also pertaining to the Druids, right? Druids, right? Yay, us, right? Near the Druid Hill Park, all right? Anyway, Ali, master. So prophet, noble, Drew, Ali, all righty? Thought, pertaining to all balanced law, pertaining to the zodiac, manifested in flesh, all-knowing truth master, all right? So keeping that at the forefront pertaining to your mind, it's always great, all right? You meet Prophet Noble Drowley in his literature, all right? Very awesome to see how when you really comprehend that once you have the astro-masonic back to poetic fiction, you really free yourself from allowing people to put you under their thumb because they are continuing in, beliefs themselves, actually. So that's how it goes. Anyhow, though, with that being said, Brother Benjamin, I know that you're traveling, so I'll just get on and do what I do. I know that you'll repeat in spirit because you are traveling, my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, with the Fizam, right? With you and the beloved mother. So, nice sis, right? So with that being said, let's get it going. Let me share the screen here, right? That's what I'm going to do with you all. Going to share the screen. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to give some water too, right? Because remember, we relax here at Impromptu Improv. However, while we're relaxing, we're still, giving our honors and supreme honors to Prophet Noble Drowley for bringing back to us that which we actually need, right? That's it. That's all we need. The truth pertaining to our nationality and birthrights. Period. That's it. That's all. All right. I hear you, bro. If you're about to say champagne. Let's see. I know if you wanted to introduce yourself or anything, bro, you can if you wanted to.
All right. I'm Benjamin Bey. Yeah. Islam to you all.
Islam. All right, y'all. Let's be serious here, right? As we always are, right? All right, that's for when we're gonna read both the letters and then we meet. All right, let's go here, right? Boom shakalaka tick taka, don't stop, right? Our invocation in the Moorish American prayer. All right. As we see there printed below, Prophet Obadiah standing Ugar. All righty. And his black fez and upper. Looking very, very clean. Right. And here we go. So we're going to start off with the Moorish American prayer. Brother Benjamin, since your mic's on there, right? Would you like to lead us in? And I repeat after you there, brother.
Yeah. Yes.
All righty, everyone can stand facing east, symbolizing going within, because east is within. 5 on the left, so all appendages on your left hand extended. 2 on the right, just the index and middle appendage extended. All righty, on the right hand, facing east, standing like Prophet Obadiah Ali's feet there, right? And we will repeat after Brother Benjamin. I yield this line, brother.
All right. Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
The Father of love. Truth. Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
My guide.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night and by day.
By night and by day.
Holy prophet.
To his holy prophet. Obadiah Ali. Amén. Excelente, mi hermano. Excelente. Gracias. All righty. So that is Moorish American prayer coming in. I'm going to already cue where we were reading already, right? Where we left off. I think it was PDF page 27 out of 175 pages pertaining to Veritas, right? Construction things, median and Persian law, right? I'll show the title again so you guys can see the title. The title. Veritas, revelation of mysteries, biblical, historical, and social, right? So that's what we'll be going on. So let me take that back and I will introduce it when it's time. But let's read the 2 letters to be read in every meeting. All right. All righty. Moorish Holy Temple of Science, right? Administrative function. You can get this book from RVBaypublications.com, right? That's where you can get it from. That's where I got mine. All right. And just took snap the picture for you. Snap it as a picture. All right. So got that there for you. All right. So we're here on pages 84 and 85 for 1 pertaining to the 2 letters that are to be read in every meeting. On page 84, it says the following is a letter written by Prophet Obadiah Ali on the 18th day pertaining to January 1928 Anno Domini. It's what the A.D. capital A. capital D. Right? What's what that denotes? Anno Domini. He commanded that it be read before every meeting. On page 85, administrative functions. Moorish Science Temple of America, Home Office, 3603 Indiana Avenue. Noble Drew Ali, founder. Chicago, Illinois, January 18th, 1929. To be proclaimed in every meeting. Dear brother, Islam, I'm glad to know that I have few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There's a host of jealousy, quote unquote, about me and the movement now by the same people of our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations pertaining to the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics, right, Asiatics, must depend upon for their earthly salvation as an American citizen. And that's written in proper person form. All righty. The initial is only the one that is capitis, all right? Everyone else is minimus. All the other letters are minimus. That is a proper person formation pertaining to American citizen, right? They are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that contribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that paid their divine respect to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I'm calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance, and I need it bad. Never before have I needed finance as badly as I do at present, that I may shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my, quote, fame and nobility, end quote, period. The nations pertaining to the world will not recognize the movement without me, the prophet, being the head. It has been proven by my work in which I have performed in the last few months, because I was at Lewis Lincoln Emerson governor's inauguration to represent the Moorish divine and national movement, and I will be at the inauguration pertaining to President Hoover for the same cause. Cause and effect, right? Cause and effect, that's one of the Hermetic principles, right? Noble Drew Ali. Next. From the excerpts pertaining to the Moorish Guide newspaper, this book is entitled The Moorish Literature by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Moorish Literature, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And as you can see there on page 13, just after we see Prophet Noble Drew Ali standing due guard again there on page 12. Divine warning by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Prophet warns all Muslim, or Muslim, right? All Muslim governors, right? Ordered to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical, agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or in the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Man, there's so many pictures coming across my head as I'm reading this, because a way of flashing your card is saying you're Moorish American, and it's just, you just want to sit there and say other things that's different from what we all know that we initially studied, and we're growing in our studies where people just have skewed concepts, and it's like they're just super black and mild bay with no fez, and just want to just sit there and just tell you about what is really going on. It's like, man, like your studies are not there. However, let's just continue, because like I said, must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in home, or in the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. And Europeans are also, you know, those that are not just pale skin, but those in the mind that, you know, have a roped in, bounded kind of perspective. All righty. However, you got to consider also the context and the time when the prophet is writing this and to whom he is writing. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple or the prophet, or violate the divine covenant from the Moorish movement, will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found them. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple, This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their withoutful ways, from their sinful ways. All right, come on back here, guys. Let's get that going, right? Let's see, I got what I got here. Bring up an astro clock before we go in on Veritas. All right, that was the 2 letters we read before every meeting. All right, and I'm still kind of sharing out here also on the Instagrammys to everyone that's there. Right, just sharing on out to everyone. All righty. So here we go. Let's actually get that clock going. All righty, Aphrodite. Screen sharer will work. Brother Benjamin Bey. What do we see, bro? Your wisdom, brother. What do you see? What wisdom? What impromptu improv wisdom for 20th? Right? I know this is a day that I had like 8 testimonies. All right. However, wow. Looky, Astro Cookie. Pluto's on its way to setting. So everything is still above the horizon here as far as actual celestial bodies, right? That we're recognizing astrologically. However, but Benjamin, what do you say here, brother? What would you like to share? Grace us with your wisdom.
Cancer on the rise, finding the moon, relating to securing things via the group on the internet. Could be us right now. Relating to one another via internet. That's, basically. Let's see much that stands out. I'm pretty sure everybody just getting up or still asleep, so nothing to it but to do it. Brush your teeth. It's leave with your heart, but yeah, so.
It's absolutely. That's excellent. Yes, because of course, Luna's just ingressing Aquarius. Look at that, right? So just 37 arc minutes ago, obviously, right? Because the 0 degrees Aquarius, 37 minutes. That is 7th house, right? There, ruling the first. So, yes, absolutely. When it comes to how we're doing, this is how we do it, right? How we're doing it is really we're like Brother Benjamin said clearly, we're relating to the people pertaining to astrology through the internet, of course. So this is your quote unquote cup of coffee, so to speak, this morning. That's excellent, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we're about to really enjoy ourselves going into part 6, número 6, pertaining to, right? Pertaining to. Hey there, Brother Asar. Just came in seeing who's in here. I see Epic Studies in there. I think that's Brother Asar, right, okay. And this, again, guys, is the Impromptu Improv, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, AstroCivics, and more Veritas Mystery Unvelations 6. All right, this is actually the 7th one that we ever did on Veritas. The first one was just like a Privatio Prolegmanon. It was a Privatio Prolegmanon. All righty, so that was the first Veritas that we did like back at early March 2021. So that was, like I said, the Privatio Prolegmanon, like the preface, just kind of like the primer, right? So with that being said, and for those that want to know how to spell Privatio Prolegmanon, so that you can further research why I use that, because that's what I use for some writings that I've done. Profatio, right? Praefatio, Praefatio. That's Praefatio. Prolegomena. Say that again.
The chart, I'll say this according to the chart. The moon being conjunct Pluto right there, you know, the mothers can be, you know, a little intense. That's not a bad thing, but, you know, when you're speaking to, you know, your mother or, you know, someone, you know, I would say mainly your mom or, you know, women in general could be, you know, very my status type deal, like, you know, say it my way, you know, because Capricorn's there, so you're going to be like on the front of like, me. So yeah, I would say that. How you're relating to, you know, they may be the one, you know, controlling the relationship here, or trying to be the one with the will, you know, speaking to them. You know. But not like doom and gloom, but you know, like you're gonna be tense, you know.
That's actually very interesting, bro, because like, you know, I have a lot of early correspondences, and it's no slight to the mothers, because I know, you know, they're slowly but surely making the decision to actually stand for something instead of wavering in their thinking. So I had a correspondence, and, you know, I I'm not expecting people to be at certain levels. However, if you send me something and it has say something about Black women, I'm not going to give it a chance. I do judge if it comes off Negro, Black, colored. I judge it by its cover. Like, pardon me, excuse me. If you send, pardon me.
So all is mine, so you can't really go off the shell because the shell isn't the building. You know, it's the
yeah. Like because it's like it's levels to this, Brother Benjamin. It's like, okay, so you got some Moors that will talk to the Moors that are still coming up out their slumber, so they still need to hear Blacks and African Americans and power to our peoples and all that colorful stuff, right? I'm not that Moor. I'm the Moor that's actually, once you gotten through those stages and you're really, or you've awakened and you're right. Oh no, man, I'm not playing. I'm gonna be right on it. Boom, 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 boom. That's where I'm at. That's what you'll see me. So, you know, far as you saying mothers sending communications or relating to mothers that are probably transformative, would seem like a death and rebirth type of interaction or relation. And, you know, as I'm, you know, DMing this mother back, I'm just basically just saying, like, are you Moorish American for real? Because if not, and you're still consuming articles that still speak on Black women, then that lets me know that instead of people inundating themselves as much as they purposefully can in their ancient foremothers and forefathers' memoirs, id est our Moorish literatures, alrighty? If you're not doing that and you're consuming the latest meme that has Black women written in it somewhere and about astrology, but I'm just asking you about astrology, Brother Hasan. Brother Hasan really doesn't care, because before I even click on the actual post, it just says Black women. I don't care to click on Black women stuff. I don't. Like, you guys want me to be a wavering coward? Is that what you want me to be? You want me to be sometimey? I'm over here. No, that's not what it is. I stand for truth. Truth is stern. Don't change. Don't pass away. There are other Moors that will sympathize with you in your, you know, graceful Blackness, you know, transition. That's not me. I must be the way that I am, so I can make sure, boom, 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 I'm on point. Make sure I'm always telling the truth, so you can have what you need, so you can move on. This isn't a, you know, follow Brother Hasan thing. This is come get your, you know, mirror sessions done, because that's, you know, that's my specialty. Get it done by Brother Terrell and Brother Corey also, and I think Brother Sean's going to begin doing that also, or at least incorporating it into his sessions that he was saying also. It doesn't matter. All of us can do it. Brother Benjamin can do it too once he decides he wants to be. Hey, look, man, like, nah, man, I don't want to do nothing, man. I'm just cool with just coming in on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. No, I'm just playing.
It's just what we need healing, you know. I needed at times.
It's It's all good, bro. But I'm just saying, we're all qualified actually to analyze that. All right. So analyzing that fashion. So, however, to actually move forward in what I'm saying, honestly, guys, yeah, like I don't have that. So I know a lot of people, there are a lot of Moors, and sometimes it's like, oh man, what about when you was coming to see? I never really confidently identified with Negro, Black, colored, African American growing up anyway, not ever. And I kind of learned about nationalities and the differences when I was like in third grade. So it's like once I comprehended those things, and as you get older, you learn more, and there's repetition of things that come across your mind and your memory, and you recall things like, oh, okay, I get it now. That's servitude. That's mental enslavement. It's mental bondage to sense consciousness, or the short term for mental bondage to sense consciousness is Egypt.
The world copies more, it's not Black. As much as it may look, like the opposite. The world, copies Moors. And Moors have done more than Blacks. You really have to just, I don't even know, like just looking at the track field of just like what's under the Black label, and then just Moor label or rocking, or by, just down the list,
It's a life commitment, Brother Benjamin. You might have to come closer to your mic, bro, so I can pick up, because for some reason, like some of your words are coming but you're good though.
Here. On device, maybe I'll go to my iPad, but they keep doing that. Better service. But yeah, and I was like I said earlier, just looking at the wars and not just being like, oh yeah, we did that, but just like the contribution we brought. It had like 17 libraries, 17 or 70 is accent. But I'm like, you wouldn't want to be a part of that. Not just like a cool table, but like you come from that, Like that's crazy. It doesn't amount to where Black came from. Like when I was in that mindset, not even bashing like that, because that's a part of us too. But to know like it's broader, like way more. And then it is like, because you're gonna have to change your life, because you've been given a life that's having you always left field. I'm talking like left field. Keepers, creepers.
People are not realizing. Let me add to cut your wisdom, Brother Benjamin. Add to your wisdom. What you're saying is what it sounds like. Also, people are not, as we said last Friday or the Friday previously, that people are their internal operating system, right? Excuse me, their internal operating system. Mm-hmm. Oh, pollen. Their internal operating system, right?
Yeah. They got the iPhone 5 update stuff.
It's like to have an internal operating system that is Negro, Black, colored is to arrogantly run on a hamster wheel thinking you're really going to go somewhere. And because it comes with some emotional something to it where you can express emotion exuberantly and strongly, is like,
would that be like water? Is emotion water? They give you the water on the little side, and they give you more energy to go, but you're not going anywhere. The water replenishes you, and you're like the moon brings water. But that was what I was thinking when you said water. I thought when you said emotions, I thought water.
Like look at it like, okay, emotions, like when the water gets steamed and it needs, and so it doesn't, bust the pot. There's a evacuation orifice within the apparatus that the water is being steamed. So it's like, okay, with that being said, alrighty, now that steam needs to go somewhere so the pot doesn't bust. So now you know, yeah, that in sense of what you're saying with water in terms of enthalpy going from liquid to vapor, yeah, because someone's getting heated, you know, in that sense. I would say, like, why allow yourself to be that when that's what that internal operating system results in? It results in that the kind of treatments that there are. It's mental bondage to sense consciousness. It really is. And to be an adept, an Egyptian adept, how did Prophet Noble Drew Ali master mental bondage to sense consciousness? He's an Egyptian adept, right? So with that being said, Prophet Noble Drew Ali being an Egyptian adept, right? One who mastered and was natural and showing how to overcome mental bondage to sense consciousness. How did he do it? I'm pretty sure he didn't do it being a Negro black colored Ethiopian. I'm almost positive that that's how he accomplished it. Not okay. Okay, so like seriously, like
accomplished it not.
Seriously, man. Yeah, we're gonna put the adjective at the end, like in other languages, all the so-called languages, right? Right. Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you know what I mean, was Negro black colored not. Seriously. All right. He was ultimately and supremely Moorish American. Moors existed before Prophet Noble Drew Ali came on scene. Again, he was just reminding and divinely preparing literature for you to be, you know, brought back to memory. And
he's like a proper what's the monkey from Lion King?
Rafiki.
Yeah, he's like just a proper Rafiki. He's a civical Rafiki. If you
Mm-hmm. The Sunday sound, yeah.
He's like, oh, here it is. Woo. Here's 2 books. Save yourself. I'm out.
And not referring to Prophet Noble Drew Ali as Rafiki in the baboon sense, referring to him in the wisdom that was, you know, characterized through Rafiki, you know? So that's what I picked up on you saying.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro. I'm not calling him Neanderthal or monkey or ape or anything.
Oh yeah, I know that.
In principle, you know, as in Rafiki remind the lion that he was a lion. He eats stuff. You know, you don't have to eat bugs. You get much down on something that's, you know, what you were born to do. This is who you are. Despite you can do these other things that are Negro black color, they're cool, but this is who you are. This is what naturally is. It was slowly constructed on paper, slowly deconstructed.
Well, with that being said, perfect. Look at this. All right, we're at 29 degrees Cancer, 21 minutes on the ascendant. Very interestingly, the moon is about to be exactly right, because the way the ascendant moves, it moves 1 degree every 4 minutes on your watch. All right, so eventually the ascendant and the moon are going to be exactly 180 degrees from one another. All right, as
said, I guess.
Right? This is moon set. You're exactly correct. This is moon set. We are observing moon set. All right, just of course, just about 4 hours and some change after sunrise here. All right, so with that being said, it was the moon just coming out of being trine the sun actually before making its ingress into Aquarius. And I think there is where it was the 6-minute void of course that took place. Let me see if I'm correct. No, that was where I had void of course there for the 20th May 2022, which is this degree we're here now. And that was a 54-minute void of course that took place. So you guys are good and clear from that void of course, because Luna had ingressed at 0853 minutes. All right, Eastern, that is, ingressing Aquarius. All right. So, Brother Benjamin, is we ready to get this Veritas on?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it going, right?
Long.
We actually see first. Okay, yeah, it is right there. Sweet. All right, got it.
Give it to him. Raw, chase or not. Is that right?
Chase her not.
Yeah.
25-4
raw with chase or not. I'm practicing.
I got you. Raw with chaser. Raw with chaser not.
I mean, I springboarded that for you a minute back, but you know, I recalled it.
That was perfect, actually. That was perfect. Perfectly executed.
So I know I can put it there. That's the sentence I can put it there until I get my own sentence. Until there's an astro delineation for that. For putting birds at the end.
Just love. Hold on, let me see one last thing before we get going, man. I want to do one last thing. This is a group out there, you know, the jurisprudent school that we attend on Tuesdays and Thursdays, brother bitches. Right? I'm gonna make sure I get this out to them also. So let's
let me back in.
Say that again, bro.
I said she didn't let me back in yesterday. I was, you know, sliding things off my phone just to make it smooth or whatever. And I ended up sliding the Zoom call on. And I was like, gosh.
Oh, look, when I was outside with bro, and when I you know, my iPad, I didn't have it charging, so my iPad ended up needing recharging anyway. So by the time I came back, I think class was over. So I'll just catch the rewind for the end. However, it is what it is, bro. It's just interesting. Like, you get to see, the more we keep studying how we are, you can actually see, like, bro, there are definitely levels to thinking, because you're seeing the kind of conversation we're having astrologically and jurisprudently. And then when you're around your loved ones that are not in our circles where we're studying and learning, bro, like, you can clearly see it's two different worlds, bro.
I was wondering if the moon and Pluto was like close conjunct, or like, you know, in that vicinity when the mother was doing a class, you know what I'm saying? Because the moon moves pretty fast, but I wonder like what time is that? Because, you know, because that was like an internet thing, or like, you know, a group networking type thing, and about status, you know I don't want to be like, you know, like reaching like,
Correct.
So that part.
I mean, I totally get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Right. So, all right, that's shared out, right? Let's get that going, right? All right. So let's share the screen here. Screen share. Screen share reverse. Screen share. I'm sure this is where we left off, because the last portion we were reading here, right? To be clear.
Turn the dentist down on the iPad helped the charge too, bro. I mean, you weren't doing that, like,
yeah, it's all good, bro. But I'll be back in a second.
I did that. I mean, you know, oh man, for sure. But yeah, that helped out a lot.
All right. Let me see. All right. There I go. We already know how it goes. All right. Too cool to be embarrassed. Let's do this. Share screen. Too much to be embarrassed. Here we go.
Got that real front camera view.
What'd you say, bro?
I'm just looking at myself on YouTube right here, that on the iPad. I just see how like close I am. I'm like, wow. Good thing you watch your face. Like that playback.
Like, yeah.
I'm in the camera.
Like, sort of, kinda, ish, maybe.
You got some Moor's games on your phone? Got some Moor's literature on your phone?
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Brother Benjamin, this is where we left off yesterday, right? Well, yesterday. That's, yester Friday. Pardon me, I forgot to put fry between yester and day. Yester Friday. Okay. So with that, I take it this was the last sentence read in accordance with the complements or framed the laws pertaining to the Medes and the Persians, or the Medes and the Persians. Medes. All right, so what we can do now, it's going to take us through, we already know this is giving you Royal Art Companion degrees, right? So we already know that when it gives you like numbers and things of that nature like this, let's see, let me get the highlighter.
I really tried to move myself, and he like moved. They don't know that happened. So.
What'd you say, bro?
I said I was trying to move myself, and then you moved me, and I was like, "Oh."
I said, "No, that was me moving you." Let me put you right there. Because the new iOS makes that happen, right? So it's like, okay, that it is what it is, right? Let's go back there and let me do this here, right? All right, so so those are Royal Art Companion or Art Royale degrees. Some people would maybe say Royal Art degrees. However, with that being said, this completely is pertaining to, page 5 down here, right? This astrolabe, right? So you see these numbers, you see those like 281s there, and your 286s, all right, and your 271s, and your 91s there. That's what you got there, right? So with that even being said, we're going to allow ourselves to just keep this in mind. So, and normally you guys know I will have this as a transparency on top of the things here that are being discussed, right? For an example. As an example. So my transparencies will be on top of this. And you guys know that this is what we produce, right?
This is the chase or not part of that?
This is the chase or not portion. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're not just reading, we actually manufacture things too. Guys, we're not just on the internet trying to be cute for you and getting your purse and your vagina, all right? Let's just keep it a whole band. We're actually telling the truth. We're being honorable brothers. However, you just seem to give your finances to those that rob you a lot quicker and a lot more than those of us that are telling the truth. However, it is what it is. That's your karma, not ours. That's your karma, not ours. And I'm not saying you owe us. We're just saying we recognize where your hearts are, really. So save all the compliments and congratulate those that were excellent in robbing you and you doing nothing about it. Congratulate them. They're the MVP, because obviously.
No throwing shots in the dark or anything, but it's like how do you have a high level conversation using low level words? No. How do you have a high level conversation using connotative words?
Exactly. How?
And that not hating, but like as far as like, okay, what's connotation? Okay, cool. Like what like, you know, higher level conversation is the frame there. So within higher level conversation, you use words, but these words are in a connotative fashion. So they're taken out of the higher level and put in a lower, I'm saying lower level, you know, used in a different way. And control it.
It's long.
It's like, oh, finance. Cool words. Oh, man.
Yo, finance.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's classic.
It is like Brother Preacher's not live on YouTube, like the pump up thing. So, oh yeah, you know. It's just like little virtual church.
Mm-hmm. Absolute Timon. Sharing this out to Facebook before we get started, Brother Benjamin.
Getting pumped up to go fight a fight, and you don't, and your gloves don't have the cotton in it. Yeah, man. Yeah, take these gloves, bro. Go get them. But it's just like they got like some t-shirts and some shoestring and just wrapped around your hands. You're like, yeah, man. Here's 1,500, man. Here's 1,500. I'm gonna go get them. Yeah, go get them. Connotative. I'm back all like lumped up. You know, your t-shirts off your hands or whatever. Your wrist all bruised from the shoestrings. Run across somebody, just lend you some help to see, like, oh man, you just need help. You know, they can look past, like, you know, the work for hire type deal. So, oh man, wow, you really just be taken up and carried off to like the ER type deal. You're not thinking about, hey, you're gonna run me my bread, you know, but if somebody's in dire need, quote unquote.
Indeed, beloved brother. I'm gonna zoom this on in there, bro, while I continue to share out to our beloved Resty. Brother Benjamin is going to kick it off where it says in all celestial maps, guys. That's where we're going to do it. I'm going to kick it out, right? Should we, Brother Benjamin, because this is, you know, impromptu improv is your thing, bro. Should I go to BibleGateway.com to bring up Proverbs 22:28, or do we leave it to the people to do homework and go there?
Maybe I don't mind going to actual see it. As far as the metaphysical Bible.
We can go to BibleGateway.com. Okay, so Proverbs 22:28 clearly says, remove not.
That's
remove not. Yeah. Remove
not the ancient landmark. And that would go into, you were speaking about when you said Noble Ali is in Egypt, is an Egyptian at. But, you know, if they knew like where Egypt was or what Egypt would be metaphysically or in mind of that, you know, being an Egyptian at, not trying to, you know, with that. But if you know what Egypt was, you like, oh, he had to like master this, and you couldn't really master that. Master Egypt being Negro, like colored not. No, the colored not is not how you speak to master the body. Is it master the body not? If mind is Negro, black, color. What somebody made that Dragon Ball Z quote. He was like, "How do you know yourself?" I said, "I know myself. If you know yourself, why are you so weak? Dude, it's hot.
Wow.
What do you mean?
Know yourself. Why so weak?
You're so weak. And then he was like, what? I'm not weak. And that's a sign of weakness right there.
Islam.
To prove you, I'm gonna show you. Oh, here we go, right here. This is a screenshot, but then the screenshot and then like have that as your background. So when you're walking like outside and stuff, it's like, oh man, wait. I don't want to be in mental bondage about this situation. I'm gonna run out of Egypt. I'm gonna become an Egyptian like so in that aspect, we could become an Egyptian at like aspect of Egypt being mental bondage. But there's no way Ali could, accomplish what he was mentally in Egypt or in mental bondage or mental thoughts for a divine and national movement. It happens not. Divine and national movement happens not if he's not an Egyptian at all. Yeah, but I went through and read the highlights over. I don't mind.
I mean, go right ahead, beloved. I mean, I'm just getting some quick highlights for those that have access to the Meta Bible Dictionary by Charles Fillmore within Prophet Noble Drew Ali University that we give people access to. All right.
Yeah, this is spirit, man. This is, and as within, so without. Here we go. Egypt, mental bondage to sense, thoughts, material consciousness. It pertains to the physical sense of life, the corporal organism. Egypt, and that would be Greek, also GK, Coptic land from Hebrew name Mizraim, which means shut in, restraint, misery, tribulation, stress, all the things that the body goes through. This is not how we're still going to run through this. A country in the northeast of Africa, where the Israelites, that's a good word to look up as well. Not as far as like broke or look that up, but as far as like metaphysical, Israelites is a good word to, peek behind. Were held in bondage for many years. So you got Genesis 12:10, 37:2. We got 42:1. So, you can go look that up and see what that is metaphysically. To the end of Exodus, and Jesus was taken into Egypt. So it's like justice was taken into the mental state of bondage of sense thoughts when a babe, when he was a child. So we all were born into, this is how I'm saying, we're born into, Egypt or mental bondage. We know that we had a higher self, save him from Herod, Matthew 2:13, and we can look at Herod as the hospitals, that take the soldier's feet, boom, so right there, and adjudicate the justice that's within you, because you're the justice. And I'm gonna teach you there's some statutes and ordinance and codes for federal agents and federal employees. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna print all caps. And we got glamours and shiny badges if you don't comply. All right? Okay, but I mean that's real, but I hate it. Metaphysical, the realm of substance and life in the depths of the body consciousness to the unregenerated. The unregenerated soul is the land of darkness and misery yet it is essential, that's Saturn, 10th house, to the preparation of the body, to the perpetuation of the body. Yeah, to the perpetuation of the body. Egypt signifies the darkness of ignorance, of security. It has a special significance in the body consciousness, and we often think of it as referring to the subjective or subconscious mind. We also refer to Egypt as flesh consciousness, sense consciousness, and material consciousness. So it seems like
right there, bro. Like, goodness gracious. I mean, to really go in on this, you want to really go in, bro. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. Let me double check real quick. I highlighted what I. Let's see. Yeah, bro. You can have wait, bro. Let's do it. Go ahead.
All right. The hidden realm of our organism. Yeah, here we go. The hidden realm of the organism is an Egyptian or obscured state to most of us, yet it is a great kingdom. Time out.
Prophet Noble Ali was what kind of adept?
Egyptian. But you can go like Google. For those who think that he's pump faking there. Or obscured state to most of us. Most of us. Yet is a great kingdom, and its king is Pharaoh, ruler of the sun, or that brain, the nerve center, which our psychologists have correctly named the solar plexus. Brother Sean speaking on that.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, because you're hitting them, bro. You're hitting them, and I just need to highlight it, man. Need to highlight what you're hitting, man. That's all. I just need to highlight what you're hitting, bro.
I had a little defense, I had to make the stuff like, oh yeah, psychologists. Thought that stuff back on me.
Goodness gracious. Hit him again, bro.
All right, here we go. A brain and nerve center, which our psychologists have correctly named the solar plexus. Physiologists have correctly, thank you, bro, correctly named our solar plexus. They tell us that this is the brain of the body, and that it directs the circulation, digestion, assimilation, and so forth. Students of mind have discovered that plexus is but the organ which a ruling thought acts, and its ruling thought is typified by Pharaoh, he of the hard heart, who would not let my people go, but we should not forget.
Run that back with students of the mind, man. Run that back with students pertaining to the mind, bro. Goodness gracious.
Students of the mind have discovered that the solar plexus is but the organ through which ruling thought acts. So the solar, man, that's wild because I was as far as like the sun. And that's what about Mercury, and that's like the measure of God, as far as like the sun and the Mercury being, in close to one another and not being far behind. Through thought, and thought is thought of Mercury. This is how I'm looking at it, as far as getting like that's what I think. Act. And how do you act with a big boss?
What's up, Spartacus? You think so? Really? You're hilarious, bro. We're live now on YouTube, y'all. You're hilarious. Want to say hi to him, Spartacus? Mama Paulette. Yeah, because we live on YouTube, like literally right now, bro. Like literally. All right. Peace, bro. Love you too, bro. All right. Spartacus. All right. He's traveling with mother. Everybody's traveling with mother this morning in some kind of way, shape, or form. Mom, sister, consort, some way, shape, or form, right? All right, so let's hit duplicato there. All right. Boom shakalakis, TikToky won't stop these. All right, just want to just point out some things, man. Let's just look at some things, right? Let me do some highlighting while my bro reading. All right, brother Benjamin. Pardon, brother. Thank you for your patience, and I yield to you, brother.
Islam. All right, so we'll just run it back from the time. I don't worry about it. Students of the mind have discovered the solar plexus is but the organ through which a ruling thought acts, and this ruling thought is typified by Pharaoh, he of the hard heart, who would not let my people go. But we should not forget that this is down in Egypt, find and grain or substance required to sustain the man or mind. Many workers in truth think that it is useless to go into this obscure kingdom within each man. They're not willing that Joseph shall spend a part of his time down in Egypt, making ready the storehouses and filling them with the vitality, the validity that will be needed when the outer man has exhausted his resources. These will find that they cannot have that joyous reunion of mind and body with all its brothers or faculties as set forth in Genesis 42 to 46, unless they are willing to let the higher thought go consciously down into Egypt and rule the second to King Pharaoh himself. Jupiter.
Ho.
All right. It's also there. All right. Physically, Egypt typifies that part of the body below the diaphragm. The various plagues brought upon the Egyptians by the Lord through Moses are symbolically representations of what occurs in this part of the organism when the presiding intelligence Pharaoh opposes the influx of higher life. So, that Moses, there's Addis, the mind, the body reflect what the mind is, always thinking. Parallels to the bloody waters, frogs, lice, flies, murrain, boils, hails, locusts, darkness, and death of firstborn may all be found in the various diseases of bowels, kidneys, and other organs of the body. Man. That's hard. That's tight.
So now we're seeing how this is a metaphysical Bible dictionary pertaining to your body, your consciousness, and your endocrine system.
And what's even better, this is at the beginning too, so you ain't gotta search far from that. Everybody know that. They made movies about that.
Word, right?
Pharaoh, Moses, something. I remember going to the movie and seeing they had this bald guy from Scorpion King that they brought back to life. Yeah, he was one of the Pharaoh guys. All
dealing with that Egyptian They're just basically personifying what you're reading.
Yeah.
That's it. Just personifying what you're currently reading right now. Hey, let's take this bit from the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary and make a movie series out of it. Go ahead, bro. I yield.
All right. Is it named by doctors? All right. Named by doctors, a very large number of these ills result from mental resistance to spiritual consciousness, which is seen widely in humanity.
Goodness gracious, Brother Benjamin is.
That's the way it is, brother. Yeah. We're just dunking in the layup line right now.
Goodness, dropping it, bro.
I said, man, you're gonna blow an ankle out in the layup line.
A very large number pertaining to these ills result from mental resistance. Like you want to deny it. You want to deny that breath descended consciousness. So now that you're denying something that's naturally supposed to be yours, now you're going to go through all the ills or whatever. You know what I mean?
Focus,
which is working widely in humanity.
Yeah, I think the cure is an Advil or an Alka-Seltzer or DD powder. I don't know.
Amazing, isn't it? Simply amazing.
Should get those things doing the retrograde. Or Mercury being retrograde, at least. All right. Ooh.
You saying right now?
Yeah, Mercury retrograde as far as like getting that medicine and thing like that. With the symbol, the retrograde symbol. Oh, it's just red here. They don't have the R, but it is red.
Right.
El rojo,
yeah.
Don't do.
Got you. Yeah.
And as far as like sixth house thing, you know, Mercury was sixth house, so you may have to go back like, hey, this ain't work. Need something strong. Okay. We're at the spiritual man. Oh no, there we go. The spiritual man, the true ego, is the only rightful heir to the divine inheritance, spiritual consciousness.
Hey, yo, you can't even get through a whole. You can't even get past the punctuation, bro. Like, goodness gracious.
That was my right there. That's wild.
Oh.
That's divine rights right there. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Spiritual mind, the true ego is the only rightful heir to divine inheritance. Man, it's like it's a spirit.
All right. Not too much perfection. All right. Hey, yo, bro.
We as individuals must wake up from the dream of mortality, leave Egypt, the flesh consciousness, forever, cross the Red Sea, the boundary line where we sacrifice every tie that binds us to the past, then to go through the wilderness, a transitory state, through the waters of Jordan, the boundary line between the transitional and the permanent, and plant our feet on Canaan lands.
Shout
you
out
know
to
what? Y'all, wow, and what's ironically, you actually could go to Canaan land, which is when you come out of. That's probably what I did. That's pretty great. Anyway, Canaan land, our inheritance. Once there, we have Brother Cujo. I'm kidding. We have 31 kings usurping thought forces to conquer before we can peacefully settle down in our inheritance. But Christ, the captain of the army of the Lord of the hosts, meets us, is revealed to conscious thought on Canaan's shore and directs our battles. Truth becomes an active, irresistible power, which is faint. You cross the land to common sense quickies. Cannon land to get out of your leave Egypt and go to Cannon land. And people in Egypt, all they do is fight in Cannon land. Always used to gone. This is like it's accountability right here. It's just like, all right, put away vicarious thinking.
He's agreeing to JL. Go ahead, bro. We're listening to you.
Islam.
Yeah, happy
Islam. When the spiritual man awakens and finds that he is the possessor of the divine gem. Yeah, the germ. That's
yeah, it says germ there, but if you saw a gem, man, I guess that's both gem and germ for you, bro.
Yeah. Germ, the word of truth. He begins at once to make use of it. Well, active more, not passive more. The result is an influx of light. Mortality, which is synonymous with darkness, begins to fade from his conscious thought. As this light increases, mortality decreases until, as Paul says, mortality is swallowed up by immortality. Death is swallowed up by victory. 1 Corinthians 15 degrees, 53 minutes, and 54 seconds.
Well, 53 minutes and 54 minutes, 53 and 54 minutes. So, yeah.
53 minutes and 54 minutes.
Yeah. So, yeah, 1 Corinthians 15th degree in the 53rd and 54th minutes, or they would say 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 53 and 54. However, look, there is Egyptian. So Prophet Obadiah is the Egyptian adept, right? Interesting. Let's see what that is, bro. Let's take us to the green here on this one. All right? Let's see what we get here, man.
That Venus green.
Yeah, I know, right?
So let me hit Egyptian or the green.
Egyptian.
All right, it's on Egyptian. A Copt, from the Hebrew word Mizraim, which means shut in, restraint, misery, tribulation, distress. Everybody want to go to Egypt? Mm-hmm. Natives or inhabitants pertaining to Egypt, descendants of Mizraim, son of Ham. 1 Samuel 30 degrees, 11 minutes. Samuel. No Jackson. Samuel Jackson, not.
The Prophet Obadiah is a Copt adept. Right? Talking about the Coptic faith. So he's a Copt adept, right? C-O-P-T. So now people are going to be like, what's a Copt? What's a C-O-P-T? What is the Coptic faith? What is all of that? All right, go ahead. Are you?
Metaphysical. For those I'll go back to natives of inhabitants of Egypt, descendants of Mizraim, son of Ham. 1 Samuel 33, 11 minutes. Metaphysical. Egyptian signifies sense thoughts or thoughts that pertain to the subjective consciousness in its awakened state, They belong to Egypt. Consciousness, see Egypt. And, you know,
See?
that made me think of, like, what is a prophet? Thought of Allah. You know? So right here, it's like, you know, it's a sensuous thought. So we had to physically give an example of how to be upright. You know? Well, that's how I see that, right? Novadrali is the physical sense, consciousness, thought pertaining to justice. If, you know,
so that way we can be able to see how, you know, what manifested is someone that has mastered obviously lower self in some kind of way. And what you said, repeat what you said one more time, brother. That Prophet Novadrali is what again?
Thought manifested, thought manifested by all bounds obtained by Zodiac.
Correct, but you were saying something as far as tying it in with Egypt, though, as far as like making the time.
As far as Novadrali being the physical manifestation of Egypt and conquering Egypt, or the body, because we fail morally in how to do that. So he, being an Egyptian adept, he is a sense consciousness adept. He's teaching one how to master, you know, sense consciousness. And the only way to do that is by gaining your nationality. So he's the thought that had to be manifested for us to see. So then that way, I guess sense consciousness isn't like, you know, bad that way, but, you know, being, you know, not a master of it, the worst that you have to come to. If that answers what you were saying, but I have a little more, you know, basically.
You're completely good, man. I think we pound them enough. We let them know where those Royal Art Companion degrees are going to come from, right? Let them know where we're going to be, you know, what our ideas when we were saying the Prophet Novadrali is an Egyptian adept, and you just spoke briefly on Egypt and all those different things, right? And just, you know, really going through all this poetic. Huh?
I says it takes the praise away from it. So those new Moors that come in and see this like years down, you know, they will see Novadrali as the manifested example of what to be, and not, you know, some follower. You know, kind of like the chair was meant to sit down. You're not like, oh, chair. But like, no, someone had to be like, oh man, I see an issue. I gotta think of a problem or a solution to that problem. So the great God, called upon of the universe, saw what was happening here, and, you know, had to think of Novadrali, you know, because it had to look like us, you know. Not to go on tangent, but it definitely makes you or me appreciate it more, or see it from another angle, like, wow, you know, even more. You know, not saying I didn't like see it like that. I'm like, oh man, yeah, like it makes it more, you know, quote unquote human, and not like so far off. It's like, no, it's like literally a manifestation of what you need to be. He is sense consciousness. He is the perfect sense consciousness thought. Is that good though?
You said what? It's the perfect sense consciousness thought?
Yeah.
Prophet Novadrali perfected sense consciousness thought? Yeah, that was, because to me, what you're saying there is he mastered his lower self. He mastered being able to, you know, at will, you know what I mean, utilize that or not, you know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. You know, he came to us first because we needed him the most, even though he's a universal prophet, right? So with that being said, it's like, okay, so let's look at the wording here. Let's take it out of beliefs and arrogant emotionalisms. Let's take it. Let's go straight to the word. You guys, you say you're scholars. Okay, we're scholars too. Let's go to the references. You know, when I sit here sparking black and mouths with no fez on, right? Looking like, you know, Cable and Bishop. Looking like Bishop's granddad from X-Men. in a hoodie talking about, yeah, we're gonna look at this meme here. And let's analyze this meme that just came out 4 or 5 years ago, as if it's the ancient knowledge that Prophet Noble Drew Ali had brought back. This is actually somebody else's depiction of what they interpreted about Prophet Noble Drew Ali, but I'm finna substantiate why Weeze is the most better. Shut your ass up.
Look, I love substantiate.
Respectfully. You know what I mean? Like, see, and that's the beauty. Say that again.
Like you gave him something like, substantiate. You didn't have to give him that word, but you gave him that word.
Yeah, I mean, but see, that's the thing. A lot of these Johnny-come-lately people and these old heads, they're black and milds and just came home from jail. Look to them. What it is that I get it. You guys got to eat, and sometimes people don't really know how to just be like, "Hey, man, I'm really inspired by the things that you young brothers are doing." So instead of that, they got this Me Too thing going. They got hashtag Me Too on their chest, and so I guess their solar plexus says, "Yeah, go out there and be as young as you can to try to revive from the decisions you made in being a federal agent most of your life." Hey, look, don't. Look, man, look, conduits are conduits. Things come through us that come through us. You don't sit there and get mad at your fucking shower pipes as you're washing. So as you're cleaning yourself and you're rubber-dubbing in the shower and tubbing, right? You're not sitting there pissed at the water like, God damn it, water, you keep making my soap lather. It's like, well, that's what's supposed to happen when the water and the soap come together for you to wash your ass. However, when we, the water, right? When we, right, because we have Prophet Noble Drew Ali at the forefront pertaining to our mind, so we're giving you the water, right? The fire is here, and when the fire is here, Prophet Noble Drew Ali said it'll be the water, right? We're not saying we're Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We're saying that at the forefront pertaining to our minds is Prophet Noble Drew Ali, so we spit in that water. However, when we get that water to you and you finna be baptized and washed and have your mind renewed, let me tell you what's happening to you. You're rejecting the shit. You find yourself allergic to hydro. Now you want to crucify your pipes and shit. You don't do that when you go take a shower and wash your physical ass. Why you gonna do that when it's time to wash your spiritual ass? You want to be mad though. Why that brother so arrogant? I bet you if that brother was in my face, he wouldn't say that to my face. I'd knock his bitch ass out. No, you wouldn't. Because all I got to do is sit there and tell the truth and find out that right there you love a lie because the truth makes you want to fight.
Protecting what makes you comfortable.
And that makes them a loser. Like I foreseen, and then could further have insight and intuition if I take time. I don't even watch these people videos. What I watch is whatever comes up on Brother Cujo's meaning in Instagram. And I can intuit so much from that, man, and get insight. I'm just like, look, man, these people are just jealous, slick 50s, bro. You know what I mean? You got a lot of jealous, slick 50s out there, man. Old guys and I'm not knocking them. I respect my elders. However, I know a juvenile when I see one. All right. So that's all I'm saying.
Come in front of you, huh?
You know what I mean? But, everybody want to be tough and use their intimidation. And the fact that they were taken through prisoner of war camps as if that's a badge of honor. Yeah, I've been to prison. That's not a fucking accolade. And now you got some information or whatever that we've been freely sharing. Oh, well, you ain't that old too, shorty. How you just got your hands on this info too? The difference between you and I forced myself into a bit instead of having to be a hard-headed dumbass and attract a bit forcibly to myself. That's the difference. All righty. I didn't have to get released and then come out here and try to do my best to jump in the social media ring because now the internet is the new streets. And so now you want to jump out in the street, see if you still got it, but electronically and shit. Fuck out of here, bro. And that goes for any mothers too. Go ahead, bro. What were you saying, Brother Benjamin?
No, I'm just saying that I'm seeing a lot of older guys go back and forth on the internet, and I'm like, these are tools of learning,
Not before they spark their blackened mouth. Don't forget, they got to spark their blackened mouth or some type of smoking apparatus first in front of everybody's face to prove that they're a big boy now. They can do what they want.
A Miller Lite. I was like, man, Miller Lite like that? That's crazy.
Hold on, somebody popped the Miller Lite while they was talking about nationality and birthrights.
Oh, they were on. I guess they were hosting a platform, and it was I don't know his name, but you spoke to him before. He sounded like Mighty Mouse when he talked, but it was him and another guy, and the guy up top that was hosting it had a Miller Lite. I'm like, we would have drank Miller Lite, but he was pulling it back and forth, like he would have it over here, like my water. Like, all right, cool, we have a water, but this is Miller Lite. I'm like, damn, like I don't know about Miller Lite first of all, but just to hit a Miller Lite like that.
I get it. People that are afraid to really be, themselves for real, but they want to act tough and talk about how much of a grown ass man they are. Shut up.
We're not nobody perfect, but as far as like hosting meetings, like right now, technically, we're hosting, meeting or public meeting amongst nationals right now. Someone to, speak about national things and speak on national things. So our presentation, how we matters. I can't see you right now. We don't see you, but pinned up, feds, all that. That's our representation. Like that's our, standard, like copy the prophet, and then having Miller Lite, and then having that on your breath, even though you're not speaking out of feds, but like you're speaking about more topic. There's more feds on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he need to check you, but like, to clean up the forum. It's just like you walk into a room and it's like, man, you got cigarette butts on the thing and a cigarette ashtray and bud cans everywhere. Like, if we hosting a meeting here and meeting at a minds, it needs to be, not like a pigsty, because that's what the mind is. But yeah, not to babble on about that, but yeah, it's just, wow, he really just hitting the beer, and they're just talking back and forth. Like, what the
Mm-hmm. See, bro, at the end of the day, again, it's nothing wrong with people getting their spiritual ass washed. It's just they have to stop rejecting the baptism, the exorcism and baptism. You know what I mean? They gotta just let go, let their whole being get washed and renewed. Stop always being offended and intimidated when someone allegedly sounds more intelligent than you. Remove that from your thinking. That is what I think some people would have termed bitch assness in certain circles and other places and other dimensions. So, let's not do that. It's very cowardice, so to speak. So with that being said, Brother Benjamin is going to read here. All righty. Proverbs 22:28. Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set, right? And then we was telling you guys, like, yeah, this is something where you could, like, literally, like, if you wanted to, you guys could just go on Bible Gateway, right? If you really wanted to. And Proverbs 22:28, all you guys would have to do is go to here and then let's go back. All right. All right. All right. Wait, this is the King James Version.
Verbs for prose.
Move not the ancient landmark. Say that again.
I was saying verbs for prose.
And remember, this one said he was using the Orthodox King James Bible. So let's see what happens when you use the AKJV, the one that's so-called authorized. Remove not the ancient landmarks which thy fathers have set. Okay. Let's see, what that says here? Remove not the ancient landmarks which thy father have set. Okay, and it's written just the same way too. All righty, that's cool. That's what I'm pretty sure he went off of. Let's see, what does Young Literal say? Remove not a border of olden time that thy fathers have made. All righty, there you go, Robert Young, with your Young literal translation. 1599 Geneva Bible. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Ski. There you go. GNV. Thou shalt not remove the ancient bounds. Oh, look at that bound. Sounds very astrological here. Very, terms and bounds, right? Very astrological. Thou shalt not remove the ancient bounds which thy processes have made. Okay, all righty. Gotcha. Right. Let's go into some amplification here. Let's turn up. What'd you say, bro?
So amplified, and you amplified his voice.
I know, right? Let's amplify it. Let's turn it up.
He amplified the turn up.
Do not move. Yes, amplify the turn up, right? Do not move the ancient landmark at the boundary of the property which your fathers have set, right? Whoa. This is astrological. This is just proving that all construction is astrological and metrological.
Ancient landmark.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. I love going through different versions, man. Seriously, the reason why I really like, and just for you guys that just don't believe it, this is how you can tell. We were, there was some overthrow, because this is 1599. 1599 is clearly 107 years after 1492, right? And so if you go here, right, and you go to what's that? I know I've shared this before, but let's just do this really quickly, and then Brother Benjamin is going to get into breaking down the poetic fiction and giving the astro-masonic fact while we read Veritas, right? So here, right, in part 6 that we're doing here, right? And you guys go and check out Jeremiah 38:10 in the Geneva Bible, right? Jeremiah 38:10, right? And you go and check that out, right? What do you see there, Brother Benjamin? When it says Jeremiah 38:10 in the 1599 Geneva Bible, what could you tell me about this passage? What could you tell me?
The king commanded Eb-Ed Malik, the pale Moor, or the black Moor, saying, take from hence 30 men with thee, and take Jeremiah the prophet out of the dungeon before he dies. Wow.
So there must have been one time some white Moor, some not denationalized Moor. But my thing is, can you tell me about the casing of the initial letters in black and Moor?
Yeah. So the lowercase would be like an adjective, and the Moor, which it's like a name or place or thing, it's higher case or uppercase, like a noun. So
what kind of a noun would Moor be?
I would say,
some kind of sui juris noun of some sort?
It's a noun of a thing. It's a place. It's a person.
So would it be proper?
Oh, proper noun. There we go. It's a proper noun.
Huh. So there's an adjective before the proper noun. Because some people will try to say black, Moor means black. Then why don't they just say black there? And then if Moor means black, why isn't it be in black in uppercases if it's a proper person, a proper being, right? Why isn't it cased as if it's an actual sentient being that's in propria persona su juris y su heridas? Why not? Why is that not?
Yeah, I mean, king is a proper noun. Jeremiah, because you have E.B. Malik, that seems to be a person. More. You got take, that begins a sentence, so that has to be, you got 30 men, All right. Jeremiah, person. And you got prophet. And I want to say you can look up black like that, and it look just like that, and give you all the whole breakdown.
After 1492, and there's an overthrow at the Red House, 1492, and they start calling Moors, even in the Bible, black. They're writing, they're denationalizing in the so-called holy book. But you want to go and worship Jesus? Oh, Jesus! I'm just saying, man. Like, what do you really know what you're doing? Did you really read the objective and what you think your belief system is based in? I don't think you did. I think you just rolled the dice and you just hope that you landed on some valuable spiritual property that you could, benefit from when you land on that said spiritual estate. And we're telling you, we are, this is the judicial checking. This is the scales of Ma'at, and we're weighing these things out. And you guys have to get over your fucking selves and just admit you think you know what you're into, but you're not even looking at the 4 versions of pertaining to the Bible that we just bring up for fun. We bring up 4 different versions pertaining to the Bible, along with etymology, the Law Dictionary, Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, and any other books that we're looking into, encyclopedias of astrology, encyclopedias of medical astrology. And we just seem like we're just these super duper intelligent brothers when really we're just sincerely sharing your stuff with you and you're rejecting it. You're in Egypt.
Freedom, everybody job. Everybody got a job. Nobody should not have.
Take my beloved brother in whom I'm well pleased to our reading for today. I think that was more than enough prep. Goodness gracious. Well, anyway, go ahead, beloved brother. I yield to you. Islam.
In all celestial maps, ancient and modern, the type of astronomical signs Aries is placed on the preceding pictured sign Pisces, and the type of Pisces on the preceding pictured sign Aquarius, and so on and so on throughout the whole circle of the. Thus, the zodiac with one sign covered is mystically of 11 signs, and yet at the same time 12. The pictured Sagittarius in the month January, Royal Arc 281, is a point on the ecliptic between the 31st December and the 1st of January. Royal Arc 286 is a point denoting the 6th of January, Old Christmas Day, and also the Epiphany of Royal Arc 291 is a point denoting the 11th of January, Old New Year's Day. There are 3 entrances to the temple of Janus, and the mythology tells us of 4, the 4th always closed. There are 4 gates in Sagittarius or January, and the progression 296 would be the 4th. And from 281 to 296 is 15 degrees on half a sign. This is the half tribe of Manasseh, which is closed.
Manasseh, remember? When you read in the introduction of the Clock of Destiny book 2, right? So that should take you to that too when you see Manasseh. But anyway, go ahead, I yield.
Manasseh, which is closed or not counted.
Ophiuchus, but before that, Exodus 26:12, and the remnant that remaineth, pertaining to the curtains, pertaining to the tent, right? Yeah. The half curtain, right? So that half curtain is talking about the 15 degrees that remaineth shall hang over the backside of the tabernacle. All this has always been poetic fiction, covering or putting the curtain or tent over the astro-Masonic path. Ophiuchus vel Aesculapius. Ophiuchus vel Aesculapius.
Aesculapius. Oh yeah, I got that. Yeah. Aesculapius, indeed. Is at all times wrestling with a serpent, the symbol of eternity. Ophiuchus personates Ophiuchus.
Yeah, Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? All right. Here we go. The wrestler. We at the top. Here we go.
Yeah.
Old Israel. The name of Israel means one that wrestles with God. The astrolabe give James or Jacob to Sagittarius. Ophiuchus Ophiuchus in Scorpio. Astronomers place Sagittarius on Scorpio. Consequently, Jacob must be with the wrestler. Sagittarius and Scorpio become one and the same. The denoting star impersonating Israel is Algaea. El-Og. At Royal Art 261, which the sign of Aquarius overlapping with the Royal Art 291. Sagittarius. And there is this day is Jacob's thigh out of joint. In the pictured sign, the 1st January old style. We go back and read that those little Bible verses. Genesis 32. Genesis 32, 24 and 25. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. We know man needs mind, so he was wrestling with himself. So it's kind of like, hey, North Americans, no, I'm not. All right, that's how it says. But and when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, thy name should be called no more Israel. Hey, I don't even need what I call anymore. I'm more American. As for a prince, house has thou power with God, with minds, or with men, and has prevailed.
One moment. Go ahead, do your thing. I'm just going, as you're doing that, I'm gonna bring this up so we can show.
The last part, you basically taking your place amongst the affairs of mind now that you're in the right mind to do so. So after you wrestle with yourself about who you actually are, accepted that, now, going and taking your place or being active. However, you want to read that whenever you want to come across and read it. But, Jacob is basically, your inner self, fighting your inner self, you fighting your inner self. As you do all the time, basically, we're not in that constant thought. That's just basically mirror. It's like Jacob mirrored himself.
Basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna go talk to God.
But we was speaking about Ophiuchus and Sagittarius. So here's Ophiuchus right here. Right? Here's where he's wrestling the snake or whatever, right? Let's show that right here. Here's where Ophiuchus is wrestling the snake. See, because serpents is right there. So he's got the serpents.
Oh, yeah, right.
And he's wrestling them. And then this is, that sting in the foot there. And you got Sagittarius' arrow pointing at the scorpion. It's just, you'll see all your movies and all your fairy tales and everything in the Bible and any other so-called religious or holy book that you have been slaved to or whatever. Time to wake up. Well, not wake up. It's time to ascend, guys, or whatever. But yeah, pictured the type Capricorn on pictured Sagittarius right there, you see?
Yeah.
Right. So you got that, right? So just kind of just showing you guys, like, it's not hard to comprehend things. And then, like I said, you will be looking at this with this transparency over it. So now you got to remember that, right? And then remember that you got this is what you're looking at, right? It was telling you about the epiphany and all of that, right? For Sagittarius, sidereally is where Sagittarius would be, where I just circled for Capricorn. right? So this astrolabe is sidereal, guys. This, remember, orthodox means sidereal. Orthodox means sidereal. Orthodox means sidereal. Right? And you see the 286 and the 291 and all that goodnesses, right?
Yeah.
All that goodnesses, right? All that goodnesses, right? So that's what Brother Benjamin what I just showed you, going from those two PDFs, right? From Celestial Atlas back to Veritas, right? All right, so let's do this. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's not be afraid of words. These are just... Oh, look, that's funny. I did that by mistake, but look, right though, Ophiuchus again, right? Oh, when it was talking about Al-Hag and all that, right? See it? Ras Al-Hag. Ras means head, right? So you see Ras Al-Hag. Ras Al-Hag. That's what you were just talking about. Right? So this right here is Hercules. This Hercules right here. This guy right here, that's Hercules right here. All right, that's who that is. All right, so they're head to head, right? More shadowings of twin energies. That's foreshadowing the Apollo and Hercules. That is the constellation Gemini. There's as always duality, always as above, so below. Your seven hermetic principles are always in play. Grow the fuck up already, guys. All righty, this is easy. We can do this. This isn't fucking hard already. Okay. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. That's how you guys are right now. Stop
Mars,
it.
Mars.
This is actually way better. Said Mars conjunct what, bro?
Said Mars. I did. Well, Moon conjunct Pluto grew up because you're breaking down a foundation, and what happens when you break down a foundation? You have to build another one. So breaking down that foundation, you might so you can grow that and grow other things in your mind. But yeah, man. Jacob. Old age.
I'll start out with Ezekiel if you want me to, but you start at the old gate, well, old style, and then the gate is where you go next. You want me? I can do Ezekiel for you.
All right, I'll go after Ezekiel and then go old style.
All right, Ezekiel 44, 1 and 2. Then he brought me back the way pertaining to the gate, pertaining to the outward sanctuary, which looks towards the east. And it was shut. I'm just talking about shutting out certain signs or closing signs and stuff. It's not hard, guys. It's just covering a certain amount of degrees. That's what shut means.
Not the secret, not the secret set in. Okay.
Right, just to cover a certain amount of degrees. Then said the Lord unto me, this gate shall be shut in, it shall be shut, it shall not be open, and no mind shall enter in by it, because the Lord, the God of Israel, hath entered in by it. Therefore, it shall be shut. In other words, wherever the sun is, you can't see the stars there. That's another way of looking at that. We're not going to lie to you guys. We're just going to make it plain. Don't believe anything we say. Try to prove it wrong, and when you prove it right, teach your loved ones. All right? Maybe come back and share with the 7 Hill Star brothers and say, hey, guys, look, this is what I learned. Did you know this? We're like, oh, snap, we didn't know that, too. We can add that to our studies. What'd you say, bro?
Like that star is so bright that it makes you think that it's a new day.
Islam. I yield to you, beloved brother.
Islam. January old style, the gate of the outward sanctuary that looketh towards the east. It is that of Jacob, or old New Year's Day. This gate is to be shut and not open, and no man shall enter in by it. In other words, old New Year's Day is to be closed, so that the gates of 281 and 286 alone remained open. The shedding of this gate of Jacob is allegorically illustrated.
Oh, so it's not real. It's allegory. Right. Goodness gracious. Thank you, Brother Benjamin. Whoa, because I was getting concerned over here. I thought people were really going to build their lives off of imaginary Hold on. I think they did do that shit. Fuck. Damn. Okay. Well, you can save those of us that are willing to study what you're sharing, Brother Benjamin. So thank you so much for sharing. I yield, bro.
Thank you so much. Jacob Israel, as just explained, as is Al-Gu, Al-Hag, at World Art 261, Al-Gati of Hercules, so that's a Gemini right there, I think.
So stop. 1 second. Did I not just show y'all that? Hold on. Pardon me. That's not where I was at. It was another document, but it was there. It was this one. Where was I at? Page 88? When I accidentally went there, I accidentally went to page 88. Is that what that was?
It was holding the circuit and
yeah, where? Let's find them.
Hercules was on the top right.
They're not generating these pictures fast enough for me.
88 was that top bottom left? Oh wow.
Those pictures fast enough for me. Yeah, where was I? It was one of them. This is what I'll do. I'll do this. I'll go to a celestial atlas, right? And that's gonna be close because Sagittarius is right there.
Yeah, it
so,
would be
right up here to the top right. Yeah. There you go, Gemini. That's the whole, what you were saying, yeah, the foreshadowing opposite of Ophiuchus and Hercules. But let's find Ras Al and Ras Al Hoti.
Oh, wait.
Hold on. I don't think I got there yet, bro. I think it's later.
That's Perseus. Yeah.
Quite a few boots there.
Those is. Oh, that Hercules right there, huh? Is that it? That's the bush, but that's Hercules right there.
What? It really just.
That's weak sauce.
Stop sharing. Okay. It really just stopped sharing. Okay. Hold on, bro. Here we go.
Yeah, it hit the YouTube. Yeah, I'm trying to not use those first words in the apes and maybe. So I'm like, that's when I say that's some weak A stuff. I'm like, that's weak sauce. I'm trying to censor myself.
Okay, now it doesn't want to come back.
That's wild.
I know, right? It's all good. No trips.
That's true, huh?
That's how I know, bro.
Too much royal art.
I'm going in.
Not 281.
Where is it at now? Where is it at now?
Oh, man.
All right.
Oh.
Hey, bro. Okay, it brought up Veritas. It brought it back up, right? Let me get this back down to page 28, probably 27 where you were. But we were looking at a celestial app. All right.
That'll be Sag.
I took it to a celestial app. This is where I took it. All right. Hercules is there holding, you know, Ramus Pomafer, right? Cerberus at the Ramus Pomafer, right? The forbidden fruit in the garden. That's what Hercules is holding, right? The forbidden fruit in the garden with the dragons attached to it. That's the Hydra. Remember the story? Hercules has to battle the 9-headed Hydra, and he doesn't defeat him until he realizes he doesn't. He keep throwing arrows, shooting arrows at it, and swinging the sword. Just uproot it and hold it to the sun, and it'll go away. So, in other words, study yourself through the astrology.
And
right?
it's holding that too.
Russell Hogg and Russell Ghosty.
I saw what was it? The little U thing, it looks like a North Node. I saw Optimus Prime like build it or something. He did a flip and then he like put up this little thing, but it looked like a big U in the ground. And I'm like, it looks like the South Node. And I remember you and Brother Sean telling me about past lives, you know, and that dealt with your South Node or your nodes, right? And how you would maybe go back and forth through the world. So, like, they just build a node to go through the thing. And then in like Avengers, same thing, like the little U thing. Or sure.
Actually, it was either South Node or Micron. South Node or Micron, like a bit from Micron. However, I yield, beloved brother. It's love. Yeah.
We're Hercules because I was at our Gothi of Hercules at Royal Arc 256, and Hercules with the lion skin is all over like a hairy garment, and it's Esau.
Wow, that's Hercules. Esau. Wow, Esau and Jacob. Wow, okay, go ahead. Because Jacob is Russell Hogg, right? So Esau obviously is Russell Gopi. You know what I mean? If Jacob is dealing with Ophidia. Okay, I'm just showing you how I'm looking at it. Anyway, go ahead.
Hercules or Hiram always died on the 31st December, Royal Arc 281. When about to die, what prophet was the birthright to him? And Esau swore on the century of the altar at Royal Arc 256 and sewed the point on the circle at Royal Arc 256 to Jacob. So Jacob of Royal Arc 261 claims Royal Arc 256, and Esau of Royal Arc 256 is reduced to Royal Arc 251. Cyrus means belly. An alginid is brilliant or prince star of Perseus, and it is the belly of the constellation. By the laws, the constellation of Perseus opens the third gate, Royal Arc 291. New Year's Day, Old Style, the Prince Alginid opens the year at Epiphany, Royal Arc 286, and the
Adamantine
sword, picture that, bro, of the Persian opens the year at Royal Arc 281, the 1st of January, and
should make you think about Wolverine with the adamantium bones. Wolverine has the adamantium claws, so now you're talking about an adamantine sword. Do you see where your X-Men terminologies are coming from for Wolverine's mutant power? All right, just pointing stuff out. Let me go get some water too. Go ahead, Brother Benjamin. I yield.
1st of January and Alginid being central. The two lead gates of Royal Arc 281 and Royal Arc 291 hinge thereon at Royal Arc 286. The soul situal winter point. The full breadth of breadth of the door is 10 cubits. This is from arc 281 and arc 291, or 5 cubits on each side of the Persian lawgiver. The sign of Aries claims Perseus, and the sign Libra is the Hebrew. And Med, meaning measure, Libra is the tribe Dan, and wow, Medan means measure of judgment. The scales, as described, are the symbols of judgment. Median has the same signification. Aries from sunrise rules the day. Libra from sunset rules the night. Aries, as described in Hebrew, Nisan or Nisan, Libra, and Libra. I think Berlin got the one. Just telling you. Donnell Islam, fam.
Here I go.
Oh, he's back. He's back. There we go. Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's on me now. Nissan and Libra is the Hebrew Tishri.
So from Nissan, Nissan is for the sacred year, and the civil year is Tishri. However, go ahead, I yield.
Tishri. All right. The Persian lawgiver Algeny of Aries.
The Persian, because we're dealing with Perseus, the Persian. I know we say Persian, that's what we've been, but we just wanted to just let the people know it's definitely Persian, because it's dealing with Perseus as far as how they're constructing the laws. I yield, beloved brother.
Persian lawgiver Algeny of Aries, the median lawgiver Kamali of Libra. Between them claim the kingdoms of the world of solar circle. See the fingers of the man's hand in the plaster of the wall. Lactra or Lacti. Yes, that's Lacti.
Lactea, like the Milky Way.
Lactea.
Like lactate, lactea, lactose, lactation, breastfeeding.
Leche. Under the circular wall of the equator at Royal Arc 286, the Sun King from the ecliptic could see the part of the hand that wrote. The laws of the place, a wall candlestick at Royal Arc 286. Algeny claiming his 3 gates or entrances. Royal Arc 281, Royal Arc 286, and Royal Arc 291 are precisely opposite. Must claim his 3 gates for entrances as entrances, and there is Janubi at Royal Arc 101, Kamali at Royal Arc 106, and Mokok or Chronos at Royal Arc 111. The year opens solsticely and equinoctially at Royal Arc 281. The point is therefore the alpha and omega. The point Royal Arc 281 is applicable only to the natural year. Applicable.
Pardon me, bro. All right. Where'd you just leave off at 111?
Alpha and omega. At the bottom, you see where Chronos is, that space, and then the year opens.
Okay, one moment. So where that cliff note for the 111, all right, is 24, 7, 9, 10. Right? With that being said, Daniel 5, right? 5 and 28. In the same hour came forth fingers pertaining to a man's hand, and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster, pertaining to the wall, pertaining to the king's palace. That's definitely the celestial spirit, man. Because the king's palace, just looking up in the sky. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote, Paris, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians, right? Zubin Shamali and Al-Janib. So the Persian lawgiver, Al-Janib, and the Median lawgiver, Zubin al-Shamali. That's an Ali, Shem Ali. Zubin Shem Ali is the median lawgiver, the one who measures, the one who has the balance. That's Ma'at, right? Talking about Libra there. All right. There was a cliff note somewhere where it said old charts. Where do we miss that at? Okay, Persian lawgiver, where it says here, full breadth of the door is 10 cubits. That is from real Arcane 281, real Arcane 291, or 5 cubits on either side pertaining to the Persian lawgiver, which we know is Al-Janib. Old charts give small squares or cubits pertaining to 1 degree each on either side of the ecliptic. These squares extend to 8 degrees from the ecliptic so as to enclose the forces pertaining to the planets. Any wanderer could be readily discovered if the number of the cubits of the sign were stated where he then domiciled. Man, we were intelligent people, bro, and how we measured to see where something was. There are other allegorical cubits, but those pertaining to the square degree is the ordinary measurement. What do you say, beloved brother?
It's like being black isn't this.
You said being black is what?
Isn't this? You was like, you just stopped and just like, you just was like in awe, like, man, we really like, you know, just reflecting. You know what I mean? Just like,
correct.
Man, just, like, yeah, just seeing yourself, and that's what, like, I don't want to make people see themselves in it, but it's like, how do you not see yourself in something so you want to add to it, you know, or preserve it, you know what I'm saying? But I guess that comes with the whole life commitment.
All righty. So the point where Royal War Companion 281 is applicable only to the natural year because the lunar cycle. There you go, bro.
Lunar cycle consists of 52 weeks or 364 days. Consequently, lunar time begins at Royal Arc 282. It is therefore necessary in the laws to give the solar and lunar points for each law. Thus, Royal Arc 281, 2, and Royal Arc 286, 7, and so on throughout the circle. As stated, the laws are framed in accordance with the complements of the reduced zodiacal signs. The first reduction or part is the half curtain or half tribe of Manasseh, or 15 degrees from Royal Arc 281. To Royal Arc 296.7, the intermediate space
intermediate space
cancel or cover, or overlapped over so that Royal Arc 296.7 becomes the same point as Royal Arc 281.2, and consequently is either the celestial or equinoctial. Point may be required in interpreting the mysteries. The second gate, Royal Arc 286, has for half tribe, Royal Arc 301.2. The third gate, as witness, is ordered to be shut, and it shuts upon Royal Arc 286. Strange, however, that for more distant points, the gate Royal Arc 291.2 requires to be open in order to reduce the laws. Thus, 1.5 signs of royal arc 291 give royal arc 336, and 2 signs from royal arc 291 gives royal arc 351 and C. Next 2 half signs come full signs of 30 degrees. Thus, royal arc 281.
Yeah, the ANC is etc. Yep.
All right. Next 2 half signs come full signs of 30 degrees. Thus, royal arc 281 2 becomes royal arc 311 2, and royal arc 286 7 becomes royal arc 316 7, and so forth. At every point that can be enumerated by complement or reduce zodiacs that constitute long points on the astrolabe. The omission seems to be somewhat arbitrary. Reference, therefore, had better be made to the index to the laws. The points there enumerated have had their correctness tested by very numerous applications. See also astrolabe frontispiece. Not frontispiece.
Yeah, frontispiece. We also actually frontispiece, which is in the front of the book.
Having all the points marked in consecutive order on the astrolabe outside the circle of the church feast. Give to each point a letter alphabetically commencing with Roman A for royal arc 281 and 1st of January Roman B, and royal arc 286 C for the royal arc 281, and the 1st of Roman B for royal arc 286 C for royal arc 291, and so on. The alphabet becomes exhausted, and then comes the celestial or the solstial color. The Roman Z
solstitial color.
Solstitial color. The Roman Z is the Hebrew Tau. The Hebrew harvest is the Egyptian Apollo. The 109th Psalm of David is dedicated to the Hebrew alphabet, and the following 15 songs are called Songs of the Degrees of David. 15 degrees from the summer. 4 is 105 from the century of the semi-ecliptic at royal arc 106 is David, the Egyptian Apollo.
And for that asterisk there for songs of the David in quotes, it shows the asterisk is for that footnote. The 120th to the 134th Psalms pertaining to David, inclusive, were called songs of the stars or the stares, right? C, liturgies, all right, of England of 1549. All righty. Looks like that says 4th, not sure, or 4 to British Museum. That's what it looks like it says. All right. And Brother Benjamin was finishing there saying that David, the Egyptian Apollo or the sun, and consequently in the laws, Royal Arc Companion 106, Apollo, that's where the star for Apollo, which is dealing with the constellation Gemini, as always, the solar symbol, the sun, right? The solar symbol, which is that right there. Okay, I yield. And we're about to finish out too. So, Brother Benjamin, you can finish at valueless, where it has the exclamation point. That's where we'll end, because then I'll get ready for our professional astrology school. All righty, go ahead, bro. I yield.
All right. The 15 degrees are denoted by 1 degree, 5 degree, 10 degrees, the 15 degree points. The sun setting with Cameli of Libra at royal arc 106 even follows. Arabia means evening, and the Arabic letters follow, and this alphabet becomes exhausted at the last point of the year, when again the Roman and regenerated ad infinitum.
Yeah, ad infinitum. Yeah, right. Is really ad infinitum.
Yeah, ad infinitum.
Which is for infinity.
The two alphabets give 52 points on the circle, the number of weeks of the year. The 15 degrees points 1 degree, 5 degree, 10 degrees to Son of David, and all 56 points available for mystic purposes, leaving 304 points of the circle valueless.
So that means, are they saying there are only 56 points that have value? Wow. And all 56 points available for mystic purposes, leaving 304 points on the circle valueless for mystic purposes. All right, so what's happening here, guys? That's what you guys have been, singing on choirs about, banging tambourines, passing out in the middle of the house for, or going to go 5 times a day to prostrate, whatever it is, it's Astro-Masonic. And, just sharing that with you. You guys don't have to be mad or upset. And we know we're coming back page 31 next Friday for part 7, guys. All right. Gonna get some really good chunks of this in. I would like to take this up to maybe about page 51, page 52 before we decide to go. We think we took you guys far enough. Go and finish reading, right? So we're gonna see how far we can get, how many parts. This might be up to 12 parts, maybe. I don't think I'm gonna go past part 12 though. So we'll be at 7 next Friday, where we'll begin here at the astrolabe is now perfect with its tribes, apostles, and church feasts, right? Apostles, tribes, and church feasts. Tribes, apostles, and church feasts. TACF, right? Tribes, apostles, and church feasts, right? Let's look at them. Let's look at them, right? Tribes, right? Tribes, apostles, church feasts, right? Right. Tribe, apostles, church feast. All right. All right. So make sure we got it, right? Do we got it? Sure. Maybe one more time. One more time for him, bro. Tribes, apostles, church feasts. All right. There we go. Looks like we did that there, right? Sweet. All righty, you all. So with that being said, let's all come back here. We're going to say how we came in peacefully, guys, of course, with our invocation in the Moorish American Church. All right. That's how we're going to lead out also with our beloved brother in whom we're well pleased, Brother Benjamin Bey, leading us out, you all. Let's just make sure we do that there, and let me bring it back up for us. The Divine Constitution and Bylaws, and we'll be going reading at the bottom here our invocation out as we had our invocation in, and we can stand facing east, symbolizing going within. 5 on the left, 2 on the right, 5 appendages on your left hand, all extended. This text in the middle appendage on your right extended, 5 on the left, 2 on the right, standing Prophet Noble Ali's feet is there. And we're all repeating after Brother Benjamin as he amplifies.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My God.
My guide.
My salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
Holy Prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. All righty, you all. Make sure you guys go to 7healstar.com. Go and subscribe, join our email list. Make sure you get your Mirror Astro Literacy session, guys. You can give me a DM, all righty, if you like, at Instagram, or go to 7healstar.com and book your session there, so to speak, or prepare to schedule, your session there, right? So with that being said, we are going to thank you all so much. I know in 3 minutes I have to log in for school, right? And that's what I'm going to do. So I and Brother Benjamin are here as always for Brother Benjamin hosting, as always, our impromptu improv every Eloah Ana Il. And maybe soon we'll have, I'm thinking about bringing on a special guest that does, she only just deals with Vedic astrology, one of our professional international astro colleagues. All righty. Gonna see what's up with her. Maybe she can come on the next one on 7. Just come in and speak a little bit about sidereal astrology from her perspective, being a student pertaining to Jyotisha and Jaimini, as we're doing this Veritas series, which is sidereal astrology. This Veritas is sidereal astrology. We're just showing you how the sidereal and the tropic overlap. So we're doing them all at the same time. We're overlapping the tropic and the sidereal, guys. It's all good. You have nothing to be concerned about here. We're really enjoying ourselves with this, all right? Brother Benjamin, any final comments, questions, and or suggestions, beloved?
Oh, no, I'm solid, bro. I'm solid, man. It's another great read.
You did excellent, bro. Excellent. As always, and we'll say be yourselves and donate. All righty, guys. Thank you all so much for joining I and Brother Benjamin Bey for our impromptu improv. We'll see you on Monday, where there's Brother Sean Alim L and Brother Benjamin Bey for the Intuition Monday. All right, and then that Wednesday you will see the 7-day Tropic Medical Astral Weather Report, and then that next Friday you will see Brother Benjamin again presenting. All right, and whichever one of us are there along with them, myself and all anyone else, you just never know. It's impromptu improv. We may bring a special guest. However, that's why we enjoy impromptu improv. Next Friday, you'll see that. All righty, guys. So just make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, right, and share it with your loved ones, guys. All righty, because we tell the truth. We have fun. We tell the truth. Things may come off stern. However, the truth is stern. It doesn't change and it doesn't pass away. And I'm about to go and make me some alkaline pancakes. So with that being said, all righty. I love you all. Thank you, my beloved brother, and whom I'm well pleased. Thank you so much, beloved brother. And I'm going to say my namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace. Just